live that I'm doing is actually more for me than you guys. I think. I think I need to talk. But so whoever's watching this, yeah, when you go back to my videos, you'll see that a few days ago I got, a week or so ago, 10 days ago, I got a couple of dosais, certified dosais, and these fish, hey, my first viewer and my first like. Thank you. So you gotta forgive me. I look like shit because I feel like shit. I've been at war. Sweet Acres Farm. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I just got my ass handed to me over the last couple of days, buddy. But so it's just what's happening, Lawbreaker? What's going on? So I basically have not slept since yesterday morning. Um, I've been trying to treat these fish left, right, and center since I woke up, and I saw that the quarantine tank was infected with this bacteria. Um, can someone let me know if you guys can hear me nice and clear? Because obviously I can't hear myself. But so my first instinct when I saw it was that there was something wrong with the water. Okay, awesome. First instinct was there was something wrong with the water and to get the fish out of the water because it's an IBC, small amounts of water equals big amount of risk. Um, pull those fish out and basically, guys, I made a couple of rookie mistakes to begin with. Um, I shipped toe size, smallest fish I could ship in what is basically winter right now in India. And on top of that, I didn't follow all my own protocols, and I'm basically just paying for it. Um, I should have waited a lot longer than I did, you know, before I started pulling them toe size out of the IBCs. Um, and then, so now what's happened is that I had taken two of the toe size from those 60 that were mine about a week after quarantining them, and I put them in with my previous bunch of toe size um, that were in the grow out IBC, and these guys basically took the infection to these beautiful fish of mine. And next day, it was I mean, 2 days later, it started wreaking havoc, right? Um, I pulled out whatever I could. I tried to save whatever I could. At this point, I'm about 15 fish down out of 60, 64. Not too bad, honestly, but I was expecting, yo, Vince, what's going on, bro? More of a documentation live happening here, Vince. It's just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? No beating around the bush. But yeah, so I pulled those fish out. I've treated I treated them in every way that I knew how to, up until today afternoon, until I realized that it was something new that I was dealing with. Um, no stress, buddy. See you later. Um, so it turns out that this is Aeronomus bacteria, which I'm pretty sure has come through. Yeah, it is what it is. Honestly, man, I was trying to take a break because over the last 1 month, actually, ever since the whole Indonesia trip started, I haven't been able to take time to myself. I've just been fucking running around trying to get projects done and trying to deal with fish and things like that. And I had basically decided to take a few days off and let my guard down. And during that time, this basically took off, and I'm still basically sick right now. But that doesn't matter. Just need to figure out how to keep this situation in control. Um, so I've lost a couple of my favorite fish. I've managed to save a couple of my favorite fish because that IBC only had four or five of my favorite fish. So there's that. Um, the Asagi, the Jindan Asagi that were. So there was the Jindan Asagi, the Kujaku, and the Shisui. The Kujaku went first today morning. Woke up, immediately did what I could. Shisui was pretty much dead, upside down. Got him back somehow, nursed him back to life, literally. And then by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that guy went south pretty quick. I went in, like literally just to grab something to eat, and hmm I'll definitely get through it, Vince. I ain't going down so easy, bro. You know, the reason my thing is called Ochiba Koi India is because when I started off with this whole koi fish thing at home, I got hit by one of these diseases. Um, that was what everybody calls sleeping disease, and it basically wiped my tanks out. Um, and back then, when it had wiped the tanks out, there was this one fish that I had managed to save, which was an Ochiba. Uh, so I kind of named this company after a very persevering fish. So this venture of mine is not going down so easy, guys. It's not gonna take me down so quick, you know. I've only lost. Uh, I mean, since I've realized what I'm dealing with, I've not lost anything, although that Jinder Nasagi is on its way out. I've done my last treatment of Metrogyl, which is the last thing I know how to treat that fish with. So let's see if we can get that in control. My main pond is basically on complete lockdown. It's very heavily acroflavin. It's got shit ton of salt in it right now. The second I put acroflavin and salt in, right, obviously fish started flashing and things like that, right? Even though they might not be sick when you put preventative meds in, you're going to irritate the fish, you're going to irritate its gills, you might even irritate something else in the water, and it might bring up underlying issues, but then also that's a good thing. So, be a nice cleansing in the tank, right? Clean out whatever the hell it is in there. Um, where we've got a lab that's willing to test our stuff. So we're going to send them water samples and the Shusui, who's currently in the freezer, because we're trying to preserve him till day after, which is when we have the appointment to go and get this fish checked out. Um, how this happened is very straightforward, yeah. Just three basic, four things. Combination of four things. First off, um, the guy that I used to ship my fish, he fucking mixed in a bunch of other fish while he was supposed to be quarantining them for shipment. I'm not talking about Mario. I'm talking about the trans-shipper that kind of bags the fish at the customs department. Um, so that was a red light right there. Um, and if any of you guys are on WhatsApp or anything with me, drop me a message. I'll send you a fucking video of this motherfucker's quarantine. I'm not gonna take no names because I'm not here to shit on nobody's show. You know, I'm most people would not in a most people that were doing something like this for work wouldn't be too comfortable coming out here with this information that I'm bringing you guys. But the idea is that I kind of want to keep things transparent. I want everyone to learn with me and learn from my mistakes. I don't want to be one of those guys that's hush, hush, hush. No, there's no need for hush, hush. You know, you got to keep things straightforward and keep it transparent. It's, I mean, all of my customers and all of my friends and my supporters, they're all hobbyists, right? They're all learning about koi. and if I can help in that learning experience, then why not, right? Um, so we've got the main. So I was saying, yeah. First off, this quarantine guy screwed up. Second off, I screwed up with not having a long enough quarantine and not following my protocols to the dot. Third off is that the weather kind of hit me at the wrong time. The weather definitely hit me at the wrong time. We had a sudden temperature drop and things like that just as I was sitting, just as these fish were adjusting in. So that's that. But like I said, it is what it is. Right now, we've lost 15 odd fish, which is not as bad as it could be. Okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure if this would have hit me a year ago, it would have been a complete wipeout, guys. Um, hey, koi couple, Dion, don't let the good days get you hired, and don't let the bad days get. Yeah, bro. I'm just at this point, I'm just a little bit tired, man, because like I feel like every time I take a break and fucking go in from here, a fish knocks it, bro. So why don't I just turn you guys around and show you what's going on, yeah? Although keep your comments to yourself, unless you have something good to say, because well, this is not gonna be a fun video. So these guys have kind of recovered. They're the ones that started everything here for me. I lost one in this tank, but everything else is kind of leveling out right now. Mm, this one, though, however, he's not looking like he's going to get better. The legions on his body have gotten better. The fin rot has backed off, and he's being able to keep himself buoyant. But I have very low faith in the fact that that guy's going to recover. Everybody in the pond is pissed off. The water's salty and has a ton of meds in it right now. Um, they're just doing their own thing. They're flashing, they're irritated. The salt burns their gills. But I gotta do it. Lastly, in here there's the Asagi that's being treated because I was I had to come up. I mean, this is the tank I was treating him in, and I wanted to do a fresh treatment with a completely different med because he was going so south. Um, I'm not gonna open it up and see what's going on right now. This tank, fortunately unaffected. They're all customers fish in quarantine. So turn my camera to landscape, bro. Um, Vince, if I turn it to landscape, it says that there's something wrong with my camera, mate. Like it says orientation is blocked. I think I had to do this landscape thing when I started the live if I wanted to follow it like that. But I mean, I can do this and it says rotate device back, orientation is blocked. So quick one. This tank over here currently got it's running as a quarantine for anything that needs to come out of the pond. I see something that's not right. I'm pulling it out and pushing it in here. In here, I've got customers' tanks. I mean, customers' fish that are all okay. This tank has our tosais that just came that have kind of settled down. This one has customers' fish. These two are all safe. And this one is the Tosai grooming tank, which currently has my Asagi and my Goshiki in it that have kind of leveled out and backed out of this situation. Um, so that's that. That's kind of the scene out here. I just wanted to get. I was thinking about how I'm gonna put this out there and how I'm gonna sit and like explain this to people and all that shit and like all that shit chat. And I figured the best way to do it is the way it is. Just keep it real, keep it the way it is. Let everybody see what's happening. So in so that's pretty much that, man. I'll keep you guys updated. You guys got some questions? I'm happy to take some questions right now. Um, Aeronomous bacterias. Gotta hate it, bro. Gotta hate it. I am definitely waiting for my import-export license to come in so that I don't need to rely on other people to bring my boxes in. Because thank you, Vince. Thank you, bro. You know it. But so I was saying that I'm waiting for this import-export license to come in because right now, basically, I have to rely on essentially competitors to bring my fish in. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody that I approach to bring in koi for me has to have a quarantine setup and an import-export license for fish, right? So they're obviously heavily invested in the business, and I don't see I don't see it being very convenient. I mean, very good for them to be bringing in their competitors' boxes. So obviously, I mean, they're good. I'm paying them for the job, so like, I'm pretty sure they'll go ahead and do it anyway. But welcome, Busy. Welcome. Good to see you. Always on time. You know. So yeah, man, I'm waiting for this import-export license to come in so that I can do my get my fish in here into the country in a sterile manner. My entire team, including Mario and Jasbel, were flipping balls when we saw the quarantine setup that the transshippers had put the fish in. I mean, it was really bad, guys. I mean, I'm a DIY guy and I ain't got big budgets backing me, but like that was some really a really bad quarantine, and I'm pretty sure that that's where this has come to me. Um, it's it could have something to do with the weather and the rain as well. But like I said, we're gonna find out about this when we get to that lab. We're sending that fish in. We're sending water samples in. Hopefully, we can get some answers. Um, and that's that. There's 10 of y'all watching and only two thumbs up. Okay, I know it's a depressing topic, but you guys can still smash that like button, okay? Try using separate equipment for each tank just in case. Oh, for sure, Dion. Now, bro, I am I am gonna become such an I mean, cut to cut, bro. Cut to cut. Like I got complacent there, you know. That's what happens, man. You fucking get complacent, you get whacked into place now. Get put straight, you know. So that's the thing, man. My last couple of imports have gone perfectly fine because I wasn't a cocky little bastard, and I was dealing with everything well. And this time I think I just got put in my place. So um, it's all hands on deck at Ochiba, and that means my two hands and my two legs, doing what we can here and gonna pull things through. The main pond's looking pretty stable. I mean, even if they aren't, I will fucking treat them one by one. I thought today afternoon, I thought I was looking at the end of this situation right here. But considering where I'm at right now and what's going on, I am just in the like at the beginning of this. This is about to be a proper war here, dude. Like this feels like this my chill spot at the pond feels more like a battle zone right now. There's just one, two, three, four, five Helia aerators right now. Just like every single bit of gear I have is running. There's heaters and wires and shit going all over the place. Um, I personally have only slept 3 or 4 hours last night, and by the looks of it, I'm not gonna sleep too much tonight either. But let's see. Let's try and I'm gonna try and keep this together. I'm gonna keep you guys posted, and I'm gonna do it on lives so that not a whole bunch of edited shit with some music and stuff like that. So it is what it is. I thought I'd take you guys around. If you guys have any questions, I'm happy to take them again. Like I said, at this point, I'm about what, about 2.5, 3 lakhs down just in the fish. You'll get through it, Sid. We've all had upsets. Yeah, for sure. No stress whatsoever. Like I said, busy. It's gonna take a lot more than just a couple of sick fish to get me out of this scene. You know, as long as I can keep my shit together here, keep all my ponds, keep all my fish alive, keep everything safe, get everything level, get everything stable, I think I'll be fine. Um, the big fish, how much is 2 or 3 lakh? 2 lakh. So 1,000 pounds is about 80,000 rupees. So 2 lakhs is about 2,500 pounds, roughly. So that's if I were to sell them at discounted prices, that's on that goddamn auction of ours. But yeah, so that's pretty much what it is, man. It's no stress. I mean, I had accounted for mortality when I had done this import. It's just that at this point now it's crossed the threshold that I had set out. So it started burning. And I just need to make sure it doesn't get out of hand. Yeah. Yeah, man, Dion. But I gotta kind of curb the hobbyist and the enthusiast now in me now. Now, little less enthusiasm, little more, um, you know, professionalism. But yeah, I learned from my mistake. It's not gonna happen again. All my fish that are coming from import are gonna come spotless. I mean, spotless. Not one little speck of nothing on those guys until they leave those quarantine tanks. Not, no doubts. At least 8 or 10 days. No, like maybe even 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know. Like you can sit and buy them and I'll give it to you next year. 1 year in a grooming tank. Something like that. I don't know. But I'm gonna work. I'm gonna take about a few days, maybe 3 or 4 days to just sit at the pond, keep an eye on my fish, stop not feed them and just treat them and just focus on getting my water right. You know, I need to fix my water everywhere because of all these meds and things. You can imagine what the state of the ecosystem is. You know, I mean, it's this fucking ecosystem anyway that's growing with me right now. Okay, guys, these bacterias, they're in the water. They're in the water where you are. They're in the water where I am. It's in the water with Mario, whatever. It's just that basically these fish, like even if I send you guys fish, yeah, they come with fresh set of problems. I mean, not problems per se, but they have their own immunity. They're coming from fresh water. You need to be quarantining them 100%. And even then, when a fish from a new source meets a fish from another source, it's going to bring bacterias that both of them are going to bring bacterias and issues to the table that the other one has not seen, you know. So right now, that's what they've done. They've brought a bacteria to me that my fish have not seen, and it's basically affected them, and they are able to deal with it better than my fish. Um, vi- Work aquatic is good for waterborne bacteria. Yep. Now see here's the thing, Busy and Vince and all the other folks that are watching that are not from India. In India, they don't sell aquatic meds. We have a set range of 5 or 6 aquatic meds that are available off the shelf. And nobody in the industry sits and advises on meds that you can use on your own, just out of the out of the chemist. So that's pretty much my focus. I'm trying not to treat with just like some random off the shelf stuff because then I don't know what we're using. I don't know what the source is and I don't know what the cure is. I'm just shooting blanks. Um, but again, my point is work on aquatic. It's not available here. I'm basically right now again. So in the main pond, to hold things back, I do use PP. I use PP dips every time I'm moving fish here and there. 100%. Um, that is something that is commonly available here, Vince. But do you think I was considering doing a PP bomb on my main pond, but if anybody here knows what I'm talking about, that is a huge risk. Um, I mean, I'll be killing off all the good and bad bacteria, but placing some heavy, heavy, heavy stress on my fish and my filtration in my system and things like that. I've even got the potassium permanganate lying in my med case right there with the hydrogen peroxide to counter it when I'm done. Um, we'll talk about that, Vince. We'll talk about that, see if that's an option. That's one of my like so the PP card I've kind of kept right now as my ace card. When I start seeing that my pond is starting to get a little bit out of control, which it isn't yet. Um, once I think that Vince, if the dose is right, 4 hours is enough. All right, we only know blue and green medicine for fish. Yeah, man, blue medicine, methyl blue, green medicine, acroflavin. You can buy them on Amazon on the chemical names and then mix them. Don't need to buy the bottles, you know. But anyway, so maybe I'll do this PP bomb on the pond to kind of get everything in check, you know. I need to I need to get this shit out of my water ASAP. It has got me so stressed. I've been skipping meals. How do I treat for flukes? Well, again, so with flukes, I kind of do just salt and acroflavin, or I pull them out and give them a PP dip. I'll put them in a bowl of potassium permanganate and rinse them out, clean them out. Malachite green, I get malachite green as well, but I've not used malachite green. Um, and formaldehyde, I've used formaldehyde. Yep, I have used formaldehyde. And I think paracetamol, which is this beautiful treatment right here that everybody in India uses, is formaldehyde. I personally think it's formaldehyde, but I'll have to get that tested and find out. That would be bad. It would be like starting a pond from scratch. It would be like starting a pond from scratch, but dude, I am perfectly fine starting my pond from scratch. I am perfectly fine with that. I will nurse my fucking ecosystem back to healthy. Um, in in Hello World Tours, welcome. I am your host, Sid from Ochiba. Uh, not necessarily Dion, buddy. Um, Vince, how about I get off of this damn thing and we get on a live on Sunday and we discuss this in length. On Sunday, I think it's make good topic since all our auction fish are currently on hold, you know. So maybe we can do that. But yeah, Dion, it's not really so bad, man. PP, I mean, you can get your bacteria up and going in no time if you can, if we can kind of level everything out. So what I'd do is if I was gonna do a PP, I'd kind of start off today. If I was start off tomorrow, maybe 3 hours, 2 hours treating, and then hydrogen peroxide, let everything brown up. Um, Try and do a little bit of a water change. See, once the hydrogen peroxide goes in, PP, everybody thinks that it looks like exactly. It won't kill it off completely. It absolutely won't. There's, but it'll definitely get these bacteria that I don't want in check. So I'm definitely considering doing a PP, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see how this is going, where this is going. Tomorrow might be the day that I decide whether I'm going to do PP in the main pond or not. Um, like, busy we get API, which I use for my. Okay. No, you don't need API PP. You don't need potassium permanganate from API, bro. You can buy potassium permanganate from the chemist shop for like 10 rupees. Like it's really cheap. And hydrogen peroxide too. You don't need to buy it from API at all. Um, but oh, you're talking about for flukes. You're talking about for flukes, okay, yeah. But for flukes also we use O anchor worm. That's also really man. My microwave is right. I mean my microwave, my microscope, my microscope is arriving tomorrow morning. Paracetamol is the best. Paracetamol is damn good. But my microscope is arriving tomorrow morning, man. Hopefully by the afternoon it'll be here. Amazon is not always next day, you know. Especially when you need it, that's the one time you can be sure that they're not gonna deliver, right? Um, but yeah, man, this is just a lesson. I mean, take this as a lesson to me, take this as a lesson to everybody. Um, you need to be careful whether the fish are coming from whoever the hell they're coming from. It doesn't matter if it's come from me or from whoever the hell. You need to quarantine the life out of them. You need to make sure things are all good, especially when you start having a serious collection. Like, I mean, I know my fish aren't like all, they're not all the way up there for like Nishiki Koi snobs and stuff like that. But like, our fish are sexy, dude. There's some really lovely fish, and the collections that we've got going on right now are absolutely stunning. And I need to make sure that I can continue to do this and give you guys healthy fish. So like, it's time to reset. Kind of go back into hobbyist mode instead of being such then only switch the filter off for the PP bombing. I actually will not switch the filter off for the PP bombing. I would actually keep the filter on, and then after I'm done PP bombing it, wash my sump out. I'm not talking about my mechanical filter, not the canister, but my sump. 100%. Whatever is in the water is definitely in the sump. It is definitely in the sump. And my bacterias will come back in no time. My beneficial bacteria, they will come back in no time. But I am not risking, um, like, first off, don't want to jump the gun. I don't even know if I'm doing it yet. Okay. I'm looking at all the fish in the pond right now, and sure, they're a little bit flashy, but that's because I've got a shit ton of salt in there, and I've got a ton of acroflavin, and they're stressed out as hell because I'm not feeding them, right? So the filters too can contain the bacteria. Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, exactly. So again, like I said, this the potassium permanganate in the pond is still an if and but right now it's looking like an 85, 90% I'm doing it, just because I cannot risk it. I can't risk this thing being in the filters. I can't risk this thing being in the water. Just get it out, get it done with. It's fine if like my YouTube shorts have a little bit cloudy water for a couple of months. It's perfectly goddamn fine. Okay. Like I am done trying to be um the clear water guy. You know what I mean? I've got a huge outdoor pond in the sun, okay, with some nice big amounts of stock. And like, just it's almost unhealthy to try and maintain it so clear without plants and a bog doing the work, man. If it's my UV that's getting rid of the algae, then that's not what I want anyway. So let it all come back. Let it all start from scratch, and this time we'll build the pond up with the UVs off. No more fighting algae with UVs in the main pond. If you like that idea, smash the like button. Okay. And the second thing I've been considering is to actually turn my main pond into a permanent personal pond. Okay. Um, the fish that go into my main pond don't leave, and the fish that are gonna sell don't go into my main pond. Um, I've been wanting to do this for a really long time, and I've just not been able to. I've just not been able to make it happen because I've just not had enough tanks. I've not had enough water. I'm not a big enough setup, to split them up like that. But now my fish sales are lower priority. They're lower priority. I don't give a shit if I'm not selling as many fish. It's okay. As long as everything's having steady growth, guys. That's what I want. I want this thing to grow nice and steady. We don't want no shoot ups and downs, you know. We gotta try and keep it level. We gotta try and keep it healthy, you know. And even right now, Ochiba's like I've been getting an amazing response from all of you guys. Like so much support from the community and from Vince and from Busy and from Skeggy and from all of the boys. And like I want to be able to keep up. I want to be able to not overshoot. You know what I mean? I want everything to go at the pace that it's meant to be. I had intended to start a farm before I started selling fish at this level. You know what I mean? I had I don't want to sit and do sales out of my pond. This was supposed to be a learning experience. This was supposed to be um, gathering information and training myself to set up this farm that I'm setting up. So I'm not going to let this discourage me, guys. This is just little trip on one little trip on one little step or on a really long walk, you know. So screw that, man. I am gonna get everything level now. I'm gonna spend the next 3, 4 days, maybe a week or so, just focusing on clean water, healthy fish, everything leveling out. And then once that's done, the fish go into cruise control, and I go into looking for a farm mode and closing on the location. In the next 2 or 3 months, I've got to close on the location of this plot. Um, thank you. Oh, you know I will. I'm not one of those guys that doesn't do what I've set out to do, you know. Hmm, not put off so easy. So, in fact, this kind of refocuses me. You know what I mean? It just reminds me that, dude, you were not intending to become a fish sales guy or a retail fish guy sitting at home at your pond, bro. That's not what I was planning to do. My plan was to learn from this, to take the experience and share it with everybody in the community so that they can learn with me and like, you know, and then go ahead and bring some awesome fish and like just help the whole pond scene in India become something awesome because I truly believe that it is something I love and something that a lot of people in the world are gonna love, man. Like it's awesome to have a koi pond in your house. It's so chilling, it's so relaxing, it's so amazing, other than when they get sick. It's not relaxing when they get sick. Okay, so when they get sick, it's okay. You just hopefully by then you can tune into my videos and I'll be able to help you out or you can give me a call, you know. But so yeah, just refocus on the farm, refocus on getting that land, setting up our tanks and setting up Ochiba Koi India's first actual farm instead of operating out of the IBCs. The IBCs now need to turn into just pure quarantine tanks. No, they're just going to be a pure hobby thing. I have my friend, my close friend Jasper. He's He's like, see, this shit is not gonna stop me and my friends, me and my business partners. No, 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 no. We've dealt with losses this big before when we were starting off, and it hurt a lot more then. When we were just learning, and like couple of lakhs ain't nothing between me and Jasper. No stress, bro. We figured it out. I'll just send all my fish to him. He'll sell them. You know what I mean? Ochiba Koi India's farm moves to Kerala. You know? So, but my point being, this is gonna do nothing for me. I mean, it's gonna do nothing to me. It's not gonna fucking slow me down. It's not gonna stop me. It's just, if anything, it's just gonna help me refocus, you know? It's just gonna help. It's just reminding me where my energies are actually supposed to be put, and where I'm supposed to be headed. And like, in fact, where if I can pull this in control, if I can get, I've already been doing a decent job for the last couple of days, but if I can get this better in control and reel it all in, I'm gonna go into this, starting this farm, feeling pretty fucking confident, So the reason all these videos are out here, okay, are because I'm not gonna be that guy that's gonna sit and fucking act like it's all ponies and cherries on camera, and then like have some shit going on in the background. I mean, behind the scenes. No, I can't really operate like that, especially now that I have the sunglasses off. Now that the sunglasses are off, like you can't expect me to like, do all of that bullshit. So yeah, man. I'm gonna take you through this with me. You guys are gonna figure out what's happening and how I treated it, what's going down, and like I'm pretty sure we're all gonna learn something from it. I've already learned something from it, which is just calm your titties, hold your horses and focus on what's important. So if any of you guys are watching from Pune and you have a few hours to help, please feel free to come over to Ochiba Koi India because right now we could use an extra helping hand. And secondly, yeah, man, everything happens for a reason. Come back even better for sure, bro. Dude, there are always, Dion, you know how the peeps over here are, no? You know how everybody here is? There'll probably be 20 people talking shit about, oh, how Chiba Koi is India is so sick, and they're all this and they're all that, and they can go and fucking shove it. Okay. Because everybody's fish gets sick. Everybody's fish gets sick, even the pros, even the super pros, and even everybody. So what's important is keeping it transparent, actually finding out what it is, and making sure we're not passing on something that's not good for people out into the market. You know what I mean? And gatekeeping information, gatekeeping knowledge is literally what I am here to fuck in the face, bro. I am here to bring all of that good info, everything I can, all of these treatments to you guys, okay, so that everybody in India knows how to take care of koi. And everybody in India has a go-to reference point where they can refer to it with local medicines, local techniques, local things that are available here out of the chemist shop. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having to sit and dissect all the information that we get from abroad and see what we can and can't get here and what will and won't work here and what's okay with this water and the chemistry and the temperature and all. Screw that. I'm here to fucking take that gate down. And as far as I'm concerned, bringing these videos to you, um, bringing them to you as and when they happen, it couldn't get you couldn't get better experience and better learning from it. Obviously, I'm not going to get you guys on live while I'm sitting and fondling some dead fish and trying to fix them. But I'm going to definitely walk you around the process and show you everything. Hopefully, this weekend, me and Vince will be on. live on Sunday with some good news, you know. Um, and we're hopefully on the other side of it by then. But until then, I'm gonna check out. There's gonna be no more posts and shit for me. There's gonna be no vid. Don't expect any videos. I'm not selling fish. Okay. I'll put some. I'm put a couple of videos out of fish that are available in Indonesia with Mario right now, but they're not gonna come to me for at least a month. At least a month. I'm gonna leave them there and I'm gonna let them settle down there. I'm gonna find a new transhipper to make sure they can get here nice and healthy. We're not rushing, we're not risking. We're just gonna take a step back and refocus. We will be live on Sunday, guys, with an update on everything that's gone down. Um, at this point, I want to give a shout out to three fish. Okay, one is that Shisui. Really, it's really sad to see that Shisui go. Um, I had high hopes for it. It was in my grooming tank, and it went from a scrawny little skinny motherfucker to such a healthy fish with such amazing skin quality, and his body shape had just, it's a bummer. Second off is the Kujaku, that Marusei Kujaku. I didn't like that fish when it first came to me, but like a little while in, and it had started developing, and I really started liking it. But it is what it is. It's gone. Um, I'm just gonna put this out there for memory's sake, so I can look back at this one day, you know, go through my lives one day when I'm like 60, sitting at the farm, on all the ponds, look back at me and be like, oh, look at this silly guy, young Sid. But yeah, anyway, so thanks for joining me. Thanks, thanks for coming, Michael. Michael, my friend, welcome. Michael, Michael saw everything. He saw me fuck everything up. Like he was there. He witnessed it firsthand. All the fucking idiocracy on my part and all the mistakes that I made while dealing with that situation. Um, when it hit me first. Uh, but yeah, man, it hits us all. You know. I think I just need to make sure it doesn't wipe me out, man. I just need to make sure it doesn't knock me out. That's all I'm focused on right now. No wipeouts, no knockouts. Just watch the fish, treat them one by one. In fact, this is possibly the longest break, 48 minutes live. This is probably the longest break I've taken from treating these fish while still being awake, you know. I've just been helter-skelter, and if I haven't been treating them, I've been sitting and researching what I'm dealing with and how to deal with it, what the local meds are. So it's just been non-stop, non-stop. And it's only now, oh, for sure, man, Michael, we're all learning, but it really burns when you make a mistake twice, man. You feel like such an idiot, you get excited, boom, make a mistake you already know you're not supposed to do. Like, I saw your comment, and like, I had already done it. I had already done what I did, and I was just like, oh, fuck. I pulled them out immediately, tried to treat them, and I managed to treat most of them. But it is what it is. So, anywho, anywho, thanks for checking in. Okay. Um, I appreciate you guys coming in and taking the time to listen to my rant. But now I am going into war mode. I am literally gonna camp at this sofa here. I've brought a pillow out. I'm gonna get a blanket, and I'm watching my fish till they die or I die, bro. I'm not letting go of this. I'm not letting this go so easy. I'm gonna fucking and I've got a lot of fish, guys. I have got a lot of koi, a lot of koi. So if I'm gonna have to deal with them one by one, then that's what I'm gonna do. Fucking dip them one by one, jab them with fucking antibiotics one by one, PP dip them one by one, whatever it takes. No stress. All my limbs are on deck, So, yeah, man. Thanks for joining in. If you guys got any questions, um, I'm willing to take them. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes before I check out. Mm, I've not, I've not really got much better to do. I'm basically going to check out and continue sitting here and keeping an eye on my fish and going from tank to tank and fucking looking at this one and looking at that one and looking at this one. So it's not like I have a night out planned out with the boys. So I'm totally free for questions. Right now, I've got the main pond up to zero point 0.3 salinity. I've got a good amount of active flavin in, and hopefully that should keep this at bay in the main pond. Now, tomorrow is another day, and tomorrow we might be going on the PP dip mission. And if we are doing the PP dip mission, I'll speak to Vince and see if we can do it live with you guys so you can see me, so you can see all my fuck ups in real time. You know, no, no edited bloopers, just right out there. So let's see how this goes, man. Just wish me luck, guys, because I'm gonna have there's fish jumping out of the water. They're stressed as hell. I'm gonna have a couple of days in front of me now. So, anywho, peace out and thanks for joining, guys. Super appreciated. Hope you guys have a good week. I'm definitely not. How do I get this thing to stop, man?